crown. She was a queen now. Queen Imani Kotika. Queen since these men had taken her mother to Elar, butchered her in their arena, and hung her remains upon that northern city's gates. Imani now led this ancient kingdom called Nur, this province of a cruel empire, and her tiara and her family name denoted her royalty. Yet she was no more a true queen than a wooden doll in a mummer's play. How could she rule Nur if she couldn't even protect the animals that lived here, let alone her own people, from the butchers from oversea? The horses thundered by. The Elarians laughed in the saddles, puissant lords and ladies, their cheeks flushed with wine. They fired their arrows at another giraffe. They hit both mother and calf this time, then cheered as the animals fell. Imani ground her teeth and looked aside. "I'll melt the statue," she hissed. Cicero Octavius lowered his horn of wine and raised an eyebrow. "What was that, my swarthy sweetling?" She clenched her fists. She forced herself to bow her head. "I'll melt it. The statue of my mother. 100 stones of gold. Just stop this slaughter." Ah! That slit of a mouth opened in a smile, revealing sharp, small teeth. "There. You see, my dusky little queen, we are not unreasonable men, we Ilarians." "Very well." Cicero raised his hand and cried out to the hunters in the valley. "Now then, friends, we've had our fun. Skin the slain beasts and let the others go." An Ilarian noblewoman turned her mare toward him. She had the pale skin of the north, the color of cream, and an ivory brooch pinned her smooth brown hair. Her toga was dyed lavender, trimmed with silver. "But Lord Cicero," she called to him, laughing, "our hunt has only begun. Won't you join us? See how their necks curve in death like the arches of Elar? Splendid beasts." Now, Sabina," said the governor. "Leave some for the next hunt. Come, we'll return to Shenutep and dine on fresh peacock. Lady Paulina has just bought a few more dancing slaves, beasts from the deep southern rainforest, and she'll be quite upset if we miss their debut performance." The noblemen and women sighed, laughed, and nodded. They dismounted their horses, rested in a baobab grove, drank more wine, and nibbled on sweet clusters of almonds and honey. As the Ilarians lounged, their bodyguards, legionaries in armor, worked at skinning the dead giraffes. Soon the prized pelts lay dripping in a wagon, and flies bustled around the skinned carcasses. Even now, the giraffe calves crowded around their mother's remains, crying out plaintively. "We must bring the meat to the villages," Imani said, turning toward the governor. "Tell your men to carve the animals, summon more wagons, and bring the meat to those who hunger." Cicero scoffed. "Meat? We have plenty of peacocks and doves back at the palace. We shall leave the carcasses for the flies. I won't dirty our wagons with this filth." He mounted his horse and turned toward the baobab grove. "Come, friends, let us return in triumph from the hunt, like the great warriors who vanquished this kingdom long ago." The procession rode out. Some of the Ilarian women, exhausted by the heat, rode in carriages, fanning themselves as the sun beat down upon the savanna. The men rode ahead on their horses, already boasting of their kills. Cicero, governor of the province of Nur, rode at the lead, his armor bright. "Are you coming, Imani?" he called back to her. She stood by Huko, her dear elephant, and would not budge. The orphaned giraffes still wailed, some lying down by their skinned mothers, refusing to move. Imani couldn't abandon them. "Very well, you may linger out here until you grow hungry," said Cicero. "Then you'll crawl back to me, like a good pup." The cavalcade of Ilarians, conquerors and masters of this realm, rode onward, soon descending the hill and disappearing from view. Head lowered, young Kira approached Imani. The girl was 16 and frightened of the world, and she had hidden behind the elephant during the hunt. Imani had found the orphan begging on the streets of Shenutep, had brought her into the royal pyramid, had bathed her, had dressed her in cotton livery. The child who had begged, stolen, and sold her body for food now died at the side of a queen, or at least a puppet queen to cruel puppeteers. "My queen, what shall we do?" Kira asked. Her hair hung in 100 braids, framing a dark